The mashup packs. Which, by the way, since I'm still here in the marketplace, I might as well show you the tomfoolery that's going on here. We got the plastic texture pack and the Halloween 2025 2015. And apparently the Willems was so cool that they required their own. We got Greek mythology, Chinese mythology, with Norse mythology. All the way up here, which means it's the latter half of the Minecraft that we actually care about. And then this shit. And then from there, hell. We got Stranger Things collaboration. Which, correct me if I'm wrong, they probably did this before. And also, I played DBD. So I immediately recognize Bro specifically from DBD. Only he's wearing a slightly different shirt underneath that. Enough being cringe. Anyways, look at the shadow dimension. I saw the video and I don't know if the broadcasting will allow me to show you it. But all you need to know is that this is literally just the upside down from Stranger Things. No wonder Minecraft isn't adding in new shit, original shit. Because why do that? We have every kind of dimension you'd possibly want. Except for an Aoife dimension. You bitch. You have been cheated and lied to. So, you're probably better off improvising with this shit. I haven't even done a proper one block in my entire life, but I can basically tell you that that's probably the best you're going to have. Or just repurpose it as the ether, because fuck this. I was not happy about losing money on this shit. So anyways. The Halloween mashup pack, and apparently we don't know who made it. I'm gonna set it on easy mode because I'm half tempted to enable hardcore mode. Who cares? all that matters is that we get a genuine look into what Halloween 2015 looked like, and how the console whole edition We Still Talk About You was ported into this, and we start on the second. This is what you. And thus, we are introduced to the main part of the main objective for these mashup packs. There are a series of music discs that we have to find. 12 of them. Not including the more recent, and we're not including the more recent ones simply because although the mashup pack does get new stuff, the mashup pack gets new textures for the new blocks. However, the map remains entirely unchanged. I hope you're following along. This is kind of like rocket science or some shit. The plants can move, which I thought was revolutionary. They forgot to incorporate the creepy music, which the cat may as well be out of the bag right now. I legitimately thought this was scary. Like, actually terrifying. But then again, I was very young when I was doing this. And there were also times where I actively just decided to enact my goofy ass roleplay. Which is basically just me with another person on the split screen fucking around. This was legitimately scary to me as a child. Now, as an adult, the sky isn't orange. My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. But then again, we're on hardcore difficulty, and although the hardcore hearts weren't altered to fit the cue the RPG battle fanfare victory because I did it. I don't know if that's what I asked for, but okay. I did it again. This is the fun fair. We're selling these plants that definitely aren't sentient. So that's what that shit was for. A random animal just stepping on that. This is supposed to be target practice. Before targets were made a thing. And I got a diamond. But it didn't fall into the water. And it's entirely RNG wherever that thing falls. So okay, this is a scam. Also, I'm cheating. And I'm getting my arrows back. And I'm also taking all of the arrows. Melon. We got a Ferris wheel that doesn't even function like an actual Ferris wheel. There's an eye down there. Ferris wheel that doesn't even function like an actual Ferris wheel because this is Minecraft, where moving blocks will never exist. How useful. Also, there was a compass back in the starting house. Objectively better equipment. Oh. Requires actual paper. So this map really is useless. Well, like I said, this, in addition to the older novelties like the orange sky and the fact that music is here. The one time. The fact I completely forgot about that is actually criminal. Ew. How come me throwing that led to it becoming bigger? Well, let's go. the main attraction for most of these master packs is the fact that there is a big-ass roller coaster that pretty much brings you to every aspect of the map. So how's you guys' day? Yeah, some of these just drop you. And the lava is green for some reason. I feel like my younger self would look at this and just say that, oh my god, you're standing up against your fears, you're facing your fears, but also stop it, I don't want to watch you face your fears. Again, although the texture pack was most likely altered to include the new stuff, the map was never altered. Given how Minecraft is a drastically different game now, it's important to know that. So there's just a death trap here. Could probably jump down, land safely in that lake, and get this shit over with. This is wood. This is wool. I guess. We might be getting some music now. Definitely. The music does really help with making this unnerving. So I kind of fucked up near the beginning by realizing that I had my music pretty much turned off, always. I'll take the L on that one. Though I will be labeled an idiot for not realizing that shit sooner. there are a handful of drops throughout this entire roller coaster. And some of them, like the one you saw earlier, could drop you right into the middle of a flat track, and given how minecarts do not retain any kind of momentum when leaving the track, that means you're basically stuck unless you either manually go forward or back. This minecart pretty much this roller coaster pretty much serves as a transportation system. And we're probably going back. We're definitely going back. This doesn't sound all that bad. Yeah, we might as well go back. There's absolutely no realistic way that I would actively be able to find all of the music discs. But it can't hurt to try at least. Since the marketplace will house horror mods, and by horror mods we mean generic boiled one monsters that will chase you around the place. I already know one content creator who is going through all of these old mashup packs with horror mods enabled. But you kinda have to wonder what it could feel like to go through that stuff yourself. Optical illusion. We finally remembered that this is supposed to be a roller coaster. Well, all things considered, that was good. Sniper duel. I was able to kill them. And music spikes when my vision makes me feel like I potentially witnessed Enderman. And you can bet your ass he's probably stylized to be Slenderman or some shit. That's a demonic yeti. This is the easiest and most reliable source for genuine fear as a child with access to console Minecraft. This place really is unnerving in the sense of I don't want to be here. And with my experience, that is by far the best kind of unnerving, as well as the most effective. You're damaging a historical site. How dare you? Food and healing up after a fight is a non-issue. I have multiple stacks of apples and even more stacks of arrows. So I might as well just say fuck the sword and just use the bow and arrow. It's definitely going to be able to deal more damage. I'm keeping the 9 diamonds. I don't really feel like making diamond armor for the respective parts, simply because I don't really know. I'm not that good at math, so I don't know what specific parts I should make so I can make the most amount of parts. I could probably make the boots and the helmet. And now that I think about it, that's pretty much exactly what I went the wrong way. Or maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. So, fuck this, I'm walking back. An unusual fear I had when going through this just manually walking on the tracks, is the idea of a rogue minecart coming in and fucking up my day. It's definitely an possibility if I let it become an possibility. Just by setting minecarts off their merry way and potentially encountering one. This fence is pissing me off. I'm placing you right here. You can roleplay as a lost child now. Now let's continue to tour. That could have been a death sentence. That also could have been a death sentence. I got extremely lucky doing that. Then again, I'm also wearing armor. We'll go into that castle. We could probably get off the minecart and try to get there ourselves, but we've already gone down here. I was hoping for the new cow sound to occur, so in a few actual Minecraft streams, I joked about them not being the actual cows we're familiar with. They're demonic or some shit. I spent $6 on this. This again. Easily the most unnerving of the soundtrack that we've heard so far. We've heard like 2 or some shit. That castle's our top priority, because why shouldn't it be? Castle so up in the sky that it pierces is through the clouds, quite literally. I spent like half an hour just playing this, and I'm going to stall for time as I try to... Probably just should have done this prior to the stream.
Harry?
Probably know what I'm looking for. Fuck it. I'm just gonna awkwardly march in here like I own the place. All the pressure plate did was spawn more bats. Literally the most useless mob in Minecraft. I'm not even joking, it doesn't drop anything. Not even experience points. I'm Charlie from Smiling Friends, decked out in a werewolf getup with about 9 diamonds, a shitty wooden sword, multiple stacks of apples, multiple stacks of arrows, and a dream. A working piano. I unintentionally recreate the first few notes of Your Best Nightmare. the Minecraft ambience is already scary enough, so I'm half tempted to believe that they actively made shit scarier simply because this is the Minecraft Halloween shit. It would make sense to actively make things creepier than they already were. And Slender Man, already a pre-established creepypasta character by this point in time, most likely, probably, definitely. This is made to be the bathroom. That is a cloud. Existing, this is meant just how high up in the sky we are. It's just a texture mashup pack. Nothing out of the ordinary is going to come from me. Respawn points are useless since this is hardcore mode, which, in hindsight, I definitely should have enabled, and I did enable it, for the idea that I'm an adult. I'm not scared of this anymore. I'm facing my fears as we speak. Though realistically, the fact that permadeath is there for my character, it would add some urgency. And a possible suicide. Look at how fucking high up we are. And we're given ladders to the very top of the map. This is actually new territory for me. I don't think I went anywhere near this place when I was little. As I'm actively losing track of the only semblance of an objective that I have, really. Minecraft logic dictates that water will easily be able to save your sorry ass. I don't feel like wandering around the mansion. As for the possible music discs, I wasn't really serious about that. I still have 2 to my name at least. This really would feel more unnerving if we had the orange sky back. Now it's just somewhat depressing bout of nostalgia. It's like what Michael said in GTA 5 on a hangout with Franklin. The country is obsessed with nostalgia. It doesn't mean we have to be. In regular intervals, I deserve the criticism. This is a relatively boring live stream where I just talk about life and my experience with this, which really does just boil down to, oh, memories. I remember those. The concept of a memory. I'm trying to be respectful and to not dig up parts of this map. I'm most likely going to delete this once I'm done with this, the world. I do a lot of creative mode. As you could probably tell, my most recent worlds were creative recreations of both the Team Fortress 2 Neon Heights Trade Center and also a zombie infection map also from Team Fortress 2, Devastation. I'm happy to say I've made ample progress on both. The land over there seems way too natural. There were a build limit, of course, the limits to how far the world can generate. Yeah. There were clear limits on how far the world can generate in the older versions of Minecraft. So when revisiting the older Minecraft worlds and the newer versions, the world just continues to generate on its own, leaving this to be an island. And that became immediately obvious. To the point where I kind of feel like all of these mashup pack worlds, as pre-established, is essentially just a massive island. Or sort of an island. Since the only thing that's really separating us from the naturally generated Minecraft world is the massive river, which you could get a better look at earlier, or even here. A similar thing exists with the Super Mario mashup pack, and something that I have actual experience with, since I have gone out of my way to see it for myself. In case it wasn't obvious, I own Minecraft on the Switch. I can't remember the last time I played it. But this, in addition to the Wii U, which came before the Switch, obviously, I played the Wii U version. Fucking loved it. And now, I'll get an achievement for that if I wasn't in the template map. You can run past a creeper and it'll become a non-issue. I was today years old when I figured that out. I'm not even gonna make a joke about them. They just look really bad and disheveled. The Mario Mashup Pack, as we all know, is exclusive to the Nintendo versions of the old console edition, which does not exist anymore, is no longer supported, which means the minigame stuff that The old official Minecraft minigames were fucking phenomenal to someone like me, and they're no longer supported. And I'm not really a fan of the Realms shit for Minecraft. The pre-established community made shit. I'm not going to sound like a rambly old man who is just talking about how life was objectively get better in the good days, in the old days, which might actually be true to some degree. Only in Dead by Daylight's case, which I don't even know why I'm bringing that up, it's just a day for me to yap while I run around aimlessly. I have pretty much everything I would realistically need to survive. So basically, nostalgia. I'm talking about nostalgia. And how it's mainly something that's powered by memories. As for why I brought up Dead by Daylight, you really do have to admit that for Dead by Daylight, the old days were kinda shit. The only thing keeping everyone from going completely AWOL, like now, is that the game was still relatively new. We don't really know any better. Everyone was basically me. Average skill level, and they're more than willing to take accountability for their actions. Which is basically me claiming that I'm better than everyone else. And I'm only just noticing that now. And I've already gone through here, so I went basically in a perfect circle. But basically, old DBD was incredibly unbalanced. Probably even more so than what people claim it is now. I go in with the mindset that I'm not going to win every single match. You are going to make mistakes, and that's okay. If you own up to your mistakes, that's the only way how you can realistically get better. If not, if you refuse to take accountability, you're kind of an asshole. How to not take responsibility for your actions. Step 1. Claim everything you do is for shits and giggles. 2. Actively throw a hissy fit in other people's accounts just because you didn't like how they played. 3. Fake a dissociative identity disorder. playing this like I'm on adventure mode. Which, I shit you not, the sole reason as to why adventure mode exists is just so you can make active stories when no one can bullshit their way through to success and basically break every block that gets in their way. I ended up completely losing the point of why I bring up DBD and nostalgia, even though I'm playing Minecraft. Minecraft is pretty much the best example of nostalgia to date. And DBD, for that nostalgia, that's not even nostalgia really, it's people wishing they could go back in time and re-experience being new to the game. Since the knowledge of the more meta shit could probably taint someone's interest and enjoyment of the game, why play the game casually if people are gonna berate me for not doing the competitive shit, and still berate me for not being a lobotomite who uses the worst shit imaginable, like treacherous crows. I mostly play Survivor simply because the queue times are easier, and I do consider it, even though people often claim that the survival role is inherently the easier power role. My success as a survivor varies. It's easily determined on several factors. Most of them I probably shouldn't even need to mention because every DBD match is basically its own. And I really am just going in circles at this point. So hey, we got the classic music. And it's gone. I no longer feel like wandering through the Halloween map. So I'm just gonna set it on creative mode. Most likely immediately go to spectator mode so I can phase through everything without committing property damage. And really just get a better glimpse at what this world is hiding. So to make up for the fact that the orange sky is gone, it starts out in the middle of the night. And the purple vein is here. I feel like just looking at all of this is lowering my frame rate or some shit. It definitely is. And I just broke the optical illusion. Also, the lack of an interface, for some reason, that tends to scare me. And apparently in spectator mode, you can possess animals and look through their eyes. The painting's doing some heavy lifting in these mashup packs. You could probably pinpoint when the wall, the edge of when the wall, yeah, right here. Like, it looks painfully obvious. You can easily pinpoint when the mashup pack island ends. And I know I keep calling it an island, even though it's only separated from everything else by a river. A long moat. And it just leads you down here again. With unique redstone contraption that regularly, and here's the contraption full display. For that part alone, that makes this, bar none, the best musical installment for this mashup pack. I did a lot of exploring I explored a lot of this map in what I thought was trying to test my fear. And of course, I did this with the volume turned off on the Nintendo Switch. Since on the mashup packs that are the different textures plus an entire world, you'd imagine that they used every nook and cranny to create pretty much everything. As I desperately tried to segue this into the fact that I don't know if you could probably find a nether portal around here, but you already know where I'm going with this. My discovery of this from forever ago. And also the fact that they're still trying to give us, they're still customizing this stuff with the modern shit. Even though copper just doesn't exist and netherite is just red. And yeah, there are some things that are just outright missing. It only makes sense that the flint and steel would be a candle. Anything even adjacent to fire will be green. And wow. I completely forgot what the Nether portal looks like. So naturally, we're gonna see what the end looks like. I'm gonna have them right here. And apparently you do have to set them up in a specific way. Time to pull out the demon sword. Naturally, all the food items were made to appear completely unedible. When I was young, very young, and wanted to use both dimensions as a part of my creative projects. Oh! And the end portal, that looks very weird. In general, not just in the mashup pack, but just in general. The layering that goes into this. So what we're going to do is we're going to look into the Nether, even though I'm not really too positive, and I'll explain later. Oh my god, it's still here. They made a custom Nether. Evident by these structures. And it's all green. And I'm just gonna say it. It's probably not only one of the scariest interpretations of the Nether, but also just a horrific dimension. And the music, again, I can't for the life of me tell you if there's a Nether portal in this world, but what does matter is the fact that they went out of their way to make a unique Nether. And this is probably the scariest thing you'll find here. Even more disheveled villagers, which I don't even know what mob that's supposed to be. I was a massive pussy back in the day, so when I discovered this on my own, I actively just decided, no, fuck this. All of this. And just had it on mute while trying to explore. And the only thing that still looks edible is the golden apple. No, it wasn't the enchanted golden apple. But they're both quite literally the same thing, only the enchanted golden apple has the enchanted effect on it. That's it, quite literally. We still have our standard Nether Fortress. This came out in 2015. So all the Nether biome stuff is over there, and over here we have the standard. The classic Nether Fortress feel you'd have from forever ago. I don't even know if Nether Fortresses still generate like this. It's that long. It's been that long. Tree roots are actively growing here. Tree roots have gotten so far down that they're actively reaching hell itself. Mushroom trees, regular trees, and grass. And given how much of the modern shit basically surrounds this, portal can't be used in spectator mode, I guess. So there really is no way into the Nether aside from this. Because if you have two Nether portals, one will always take you to the one that was created first. And now for the shit that I am not familiar with in the slightest, the end. And it's red sky. None of the mashup packs actually do something with the Nether, and the Ender Dragon is a skeleton. I might be wrong, but they've actually gone out of their way to add music. and it immediately stopped. Naturally, the beds are coffins. I'm gonna use blue ones because blue is my color. So naturally, it's the color of cool people. Minecraft speedrunner canon event. Minecraft fake speedrunner canon event. Okay, get in. Bruh. By the way, in creative mode projects that involve the end, I've done this a few times, you basically have to kill the Ender Dragon so he won't interfere with the project, and we would have a realistic way of returning to earning to sightsee everything else. Since in peaceful mode, the Ender Dragon is the only enemy that actually exists. So basically, and we killed it again because it's a skeleton and naturally it's already dead. Egg. And of course, the Outer Islands, which I don't even need to tell you this, did not exist in 2015. Can I use a spyglass in this? You can. And it was... Naturally, the compass has no idea where the fuck we are. And I really don't want to stay out here for too long because there have been too many instances where I have gone out here. I've made entire custom worlds just to kill the Ender Dragon and fuck around with the Outer Islands. Again, I really don't like staying here because, again, too many times have I gotten lost. I guess you could make a map. Exactly. But I'm not using it because I'm going back. And the end stone is basically just a tongue surface. What else do you want me to call it? The iconic Halloween music. Get the fuck out of here. So that was a very depressing rundown of everything that this map stood for. I don't doubt the fact that this was some hot shit back in the day. But now it's a piece of Minecraft history that exists. It is a piece of Minecraft history. Maybe I'll get some of the other mashup packs. Get that fucking samba music out of here. We don't need that shit.